Hey guys, voiceover Eric here, just popping in to let you know that I made a second channel where content like this video will be posted. I'm only posting this one here to let you know about the second channel, but from now on, videos like this will be second channel videos. So if you watch it and enjoy it, consider going over to the second channel and subscribing. The link will be in the description. You'll get content to watch more often over there. Granted, it won't be the voiced over, more thought out content you get on the main channel, but you'll get a look into bits of content that I'm working on for the main channel, so hopefully that'll be fun. That's all I had to say though, hope you enjoy the video. So I don't know if any of you have ever turned off the music to Planet Zoo and then moved the globe around, but it sounds like a fucking demonic presence trying to fucking come out of the core of this globe. It's horrific. The plan is to make a new zoo. I don't want weather is the issue. I want very little weather, because I just don't enjoy the weather in this game. And if I'm remembering correctly, when I made my first zoo, there was, like, no weather to speak of. I mean, I could always go desert, but I also don't want to do that. But I think I was reading, and I think people said it's the, I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation. Oceania? Oceania? But I don't know if, like, the biome matters, or if it's just which one of these I choose. So I think I'm gonna go Temperate Oceania. Hard mode, because I don't do any other mode. Big Zoo. This is Biff Zoo. Perfect. I can change that later. There's, like, a different name I should name it. But since this is going to be, like, you're going to see bits of this zoo as I work on the much larger video, I'm not going to name it anything that's going to give away the bigger video's premise as I do these smaller little, you know, I think I did all that, yeah. Oh, nice. It started off on nighttime, which reminds me, I'm fucking changing this. Someone mentioned it in my comments, the last Planet Zoo video I posted, I can just change these. So I looked up, like, the perfect times, and it said this is a good time. I guess I also just could have looked, you know, and not put it where the moons are and just put it where the sun is. Either way, I shouldn't get night times now, which is ideal, because I don't like working on stuff at night, because I can't see the colors. I can't see if it looks nice. Okay, I think that's... Oh. Why does this look so weird? This is kind of small, isn't it? Or are all the zoos the same size and I'm just fucking tripping right now? No, that's definitely small. This is small. This is not normal size. Which normally would actually be perfectly fine, but I think that's gonna be an issue. I already have a grassland Oceania zoo. But, I'm just gonna do it there because as far as I can remember, there wasn't any weather. And I've tried 3 other places and I don't like any of them. The 4th attempt. Again, this one's more than suitable. It's a nice big map. It's not as green as I would like it to be, but I'll learn to live with it. Ooh, I went to the moss path. It's called Tilled Stone Path, but that is definitely just an overgrown moss path, in my opinion. I'm gonna try and work and talk. This is gonna be a challenge. My thoughts are, like, non-existent right now, and I already missed a step. I wanted to delete all this, actually, because then I can move. Actually, I have to split the group first. Split. You can move these. Someone mentioned it to me in my last game. You can move these. I don't want to move them super far away from each other, but I am going to move them just a touch so that I can get more, that's not what I wanted. So that I can get more, electricity. And I'm going to build a custom entrance. That should be fine. That is, like, somewhat even. That's much more even. Okay. So now I have a much bigger... I mean, it's not a shit ton bigger, but it's bigger. It's bigger, it's better. I have more power space now. That, and I don't want to separate it too much because I feel like that'll be a pain. Deleting all this. My little paths. Hey. That'd be nice. Now I have to connect it all, and I don't really know how to do that without making it ugly. And then I'm just gonna make this look better by putting and deleting paths. Honestly, I don't know why I'm so worried about it looking particularly nice, because it's all gonna get covered up anyway. I think that'll work perfectly fine for my means. I do want to connect them, not like that. In the middle? Is that straight? Right there. This first one isn't supposed to be huge. And like because I made a whole like map layout for the much bigger zoo. This is a second channel video. I like started explaining that earlier. I'll probably cut it because I didn't finish my thought. But it's a second channel video. And the whole purpose of the second channel is to just kind of show, I mean, just the in-betweens. And to just record little bits of projects I'm working on. Just because I realized while making the much larger content is very fun, it also takes forever to do. It's not always fun to be constantly working on, like, just big projects. Sometimes it's fun to record and edit, you know, 3-4 hour clips, edit them down to just the fun little moments. In my blueprint, I have a staff, or not a staff area. No, right here is where drinks and food will go. What's the temperature in this biome, by the way? Hot. It's very hot. It is grassland, so I'm going to do 2 drink stands and maybe just 1 food stand. By the way, I don't know if it matters, but I'm pretty sure pulling the staff, not the staffs, the drinks and food shops away from the path and giving it like a longer little thing means the line can be longer. But I think they also complain about long lines. Quite frankly, the guests complain about anything and everything. I think that's just their state of being. I think they just live happy that way. Let's try and make, I think I'm gonna make this 1 building. I can't open with a restaurant. What if I let's use this one. Seems like a good one. Gulpy slush. Let's give them water. Water's probably a good one. Ooh, unless they have milkshakes. I don't know what type of drink stand you put down, like, helps with temperature. I think I've read somewhere that there's, like, something along those lines, but I genuinely have no clue. I'm gonna extend a little path here. I think I might make just 1 big building right here, but I'm not actually positive. 1, if I have the talent to execute that, and 2, if I actually even want to do that. I'm not putting loony balloons because they, like, let go of their fucking balloons and then complain that they dropped their balloons. I'm gonna put the hat one because it is fun to see all the guests wearing a bunch of funny hats. Hey. That would work. I don't know. There'd be, like, 1 person that can be served at a time, and this is gonna be, like, the busiest little area. Okay, I think I got it as good as I'm going to get it. I think it's good, though. And I think I probably will go with the much larger building idea. Let's go about adding staff before I forget to add staff. Add a keeper, mechanic, veterinarian. I think that's all I had to start with. And now I need to think, because I don't know what the next step is. The next step be fixing this. Can I fix this? Yeah, I can. Perfect. I need staff buildings next. But I already know where I want to put the staff buildings, which means I actually need to sculpt around where I actually want to put the first habitat. It's actually, before I put the path down, I need to look up the bison. American bison. What's their terrain needs, and how many can I have? Oh, I can have quite a few of them. But if I'm correct, big herd animals like this tend to make a lot of fucking waste. And they often become like the animals with the most sickness in a habitat because the keepers don't clean it often enough. Or it's not even that, they just produce it quicker than the fucking keepers can clean. And then they all get sick. So I'm gonna do like a male and 4 females would probably be good. How much room do I need for that many? Interbirth period, gestation. Takes about 2 years to have a baby. So they could have 2 babies each. So like 8 babies, roughly. They need that much land. Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do, since I already know where I'm putting this first habitat, is to just kind of sink it and then build the path around it. You know, my main issue is I just suck at eyeballing scale in this game. These trees will have to move. You've been vanished. Be gone. What is that? Have I just never seen the railing? Like the railing to the staff path before? I definitely haven't. It looks nice. That's also not where I want that to go. Oh, I forgot about these! The viewing domes? It's a new thing. I think that update came out just as I finished my last random zoo. It needs to be bigger. I want to give them like, I think like 300 extra square foot would be good. But I always don't account for the fact that like there'll be trees and stuff taking up terrain space. And water space too. Like I never account for those things, and then I always end up making the habitat too small. And then I don't plan on leaving it sunken either. Like I don't want to leave it in the ground. But it's gonna start there, because I think that's just a good place to start, and then I'll build the terrain up. Yeah, that's more than enough. And I think it's far enough away from this, where even if I do take something out like that, or even if I do give myself more wiggle room, because it's okay if they're like close to each other, I just didn't want them touching. So now this can go. I'm going to need this large chunk of trees back here to move. Perhaps starting here, I will throw down my staff paths. And then the staff buildings will go here. I want to give them more space, though. I can, like, let them trail off, because I don't have anything that's going to go over in this area. It all kind of expands outwardly from there. This first staff area, I know you can't see my, like, whole zoo layout, but I did make a whole zoo layout and know that this first staff area is actually in like the smallest little section. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 animals planned for this section, and actually one of those is just a reptile house, so there's only 4 animals planned for this section and then a reptile house. But reptiles don't take a whole lot of time for keepers to work on, so I'm just gonna put small staff buildings. Something like that should work. Except this time I'm gonna remember to connect all my paths. I mean, it looks wonky, but it's all gonna be covered up, so it doesn't matter. Now I have access to the animal trading center. I can find my bisons. I need 1 good male. I always check the little price button so that it puts the most expensive at the bottom. Or the cheapest at the very bottom. These are all expensive. I didn't realize American bisons were so pricey. I probably wouldn't have put them where I did on the map if I had known. I'm gonna spend like all my coin on 1 bison. And I think I'm okay with that. Hopefully the females don't cost as much. Hey, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm not actually too worried about the stats of these first ones that I'm gonna buy. I am low on money. I can buy my bisons, it's fine. They just need to be fertile and have a good amount of longevity. Okay. I have my bisons, now I can set up their habitat. I'm actually gonna put the barrier... Actually, wait, before I put anything else, I'm gonna work on the train. I always put the barrier, and then I have a bitch of a time working on the train. What is the habitat bisons live in? I'm just gonna look it up. I think it's mostly flatlands. Like, I don't think it's... Yeah, kind of hilly, flatlands. Yeah, okay. I have an idea of what I'm doing now. Now, actually, most of this needs to be brought back up. Now, these second channel videos should be... I mean, they're gonna be a lot less, editing heavy. And they're also not scripted, so... You're mainly just gonna be listening to me ramble about random ideas I have. Honestly, though, when just rambling about random ideas I have, it's when I do my best work. You know, in high school, the art teacher I had freshman year told me that when I raised my hand, she would simply walk up to me and wait. Because I would often figure out the question I had by myself as I sat there rambling at her. Kind of a rude habit to have, but it worked nonetheless. I think Bison can have like a big little water area. If I put like the water area here, then maybe make back here a little bit more hilly. I think that could work. I might pull it more this way. Like the habitat, because this is kind of this was going to be like the edge, back edge. But I might let it have like all of this. That watering hole is way too large though. So I was just looking, this is going to be the only viewing area for the guests. So I think having like, maybe I'll pull water that way if I want it to be bigger. Because they definitely need like some sort of flat area here. Does that look like water-wise? Oh, I kind of like that shape. Not quite deep enough, but I like the shape of that. No, but I don't plan on this just being Planet Zoo content, but I imagine a good chunk of it will be Planet Zoo content, because... I mean, I enjoy the game. Well, I imagine I a little bit more than I enjoyed the game. I don't think I would have played it nearly as much if I simply enjoyed it. Ooh, fun little dollops. Oh, yeah, that's plenty deeper. I don't think it needs to be more than that. I think that's good. I really like the shape of that. I can make it smaller in the back. And I can make it smaller through here. Something like that should be fine. That is still quite big, but I think I'm just gonna make it work. And actually, as I was fucking around with that water, I think I made like the rolling hills that I wanted. Okay, that's more than enough land area for this habitat. I think I can start thinking about what I want to do for barriers. I'm gonna throw the bison in so I can actually see where they can escape from as I make this. Let me put them in. Oh, there's no path. I didn't do it to the staff buildings, but I completely forgot to actually connect this thing. Can I put these in? Let me add my bison. Oh. That's pleasant. Which facilities? Shit, let me see it. Well, that's fine, because I needed water anyway. Needed to add a fucking water treatment facility anyway. I suppose I can add another transformer. Can I add the smaller ones? Do these smaller ones... They cost more up front, but are they going to be cheaper long term? I've never played with them, so I actually don't fucking know. That's close enough. I also completely forgot to think about shelter as I was building this. Everything else is accounted for. Maybe this will be the first time I buy, or not buy, but maybe I'll take a loan. I never fuck with taking the loans, just because I never normally have to. I don't want to have to end up taking two, so I think I'm going to take this mid one. And I think after like my first 2 habitats, I should have more than enough to pay it back. They require a level 3 barrier. I think wood's a level 2 barrier. No, it's a level 3. It's perfectly fine. Looks fine enough. I think I can cover some of it with like their minimal coverage ones. Let's change this stuff to glass. I kind of want tall plants. I don't want plants that are low to the ground like this, because I feel like that's gonna cover shit up that I don't want it covering up. It's not the season, but I'm gonna give them a tiny little festive tree on one of the little islands. Something like that. What say you, Bison? Plenty of land area. Okay, I'm gonna let him, before I finish off the rest of this habitat, I'm gonna let them bring in the rest of the bison. Look at you. Why do you look like that? You look so pissed. Hey, you're kind of cute. They've got one more to bring in, I think. Yeah, he's running to get the last one. There's like, you can see it, there's long grass on the path. Those are the kind of small details that I'm going to try and pay attention to when making this zoo. What if I made this middle one wood? Does that look better? I think it does, because then I could do something like, while also taking the opportunity to break up the glass, so it's not just flat glass on one side. I think I like how that looks, but I also think I can just make these glass panels the wood with glass. I think that could look better, actually. I mean, I don't know why she's built like that. What the shit? But I think I'm just gonna cover it up with probably rocks or something at a later point. I'm definitely gonna cover that up with rocks though, because this one did it too. This is ridiculous looking. Oh, they're all in here now. I don't know when that happened, but it did at some point. So what else do you guys need? I'm gonna throw the enrichment down before I finish with the plants and what have you. I think they're good on everything else, but I do want to add more coverage. I think this side's good, but this side's definitely really barren, and it needs not to be. I don't know how much of that I'm going to be able to cover, because if I rise it to be like level with it, it's also level with that out there. So maybe I'll cover it with bushes, actually. So I think working within the restrictions of the coverage they want, I think this habitat, other than terrain, let's work terrain. And then I'll figure out whether or not I'm done with this habitat. You know how I kind of decide if a habitat's good or not? Is if I can find like a nice cinematic spot to put the camera. stress. Stress is high, so I think I can just change this to one-way glass. And then I think that solves that issue altogether. So I do worry if they get stressed, they won't come and hang out around this area. Granted, I didn't give them anything to do in this area, so they might not anyway. But they do have this here. But if they're stressed, they won't come up towards the glass. I think I do want to fix under here, though. There's not much I can do for the inside, but I could definitely throw like a line of flowers or something along this edge from the outside to fix that issue, I think. Yeah, now you can't see the unsightly edge, at least not from this end. I guess I couldn't add any of this to the inside, but I could still totally add it to the outside. Ooh, is there any, like, decoration I can add to the center of that? Is there any, like, bison decoration? Oh! That is fucking perfect. This? It's kind of cute. Then if I pull back up the bushes and throw... If I throw more of these back here. Heck yeah. And I think if I just gonna copy this small cluster of trees here and plop it down. I think right there would be fine. I want to sink this into the wall so you can like kind of see what it is, but it's been like overgrown these plants. Or maybe I just moved the plants so it doesn't look like that. If I delete that, I added just a little bit peeking through. There's like the center of this. I think that's good. I think that's cute. Cuter than what it was, at least. Okay, well, I'm going to add... I think we're gonna add benches, and I think we're gonna wrap this episode up. They don't like it. I want pebble rocks around the edge right here. I was getting ready to end it. Oh, what the shit? Wait, is that where that ends? This needs to end right there then. I want no night. I was getting ready to wrap this up, and then I remembered that I didn't add rocks in the water. And adding rocks in the water kind of just finishes it off. Okay, I'm gonna just add a couple little grass patches over here to my little rock clusters. I'm just gonna throw a little bit of this grass around in the water, I think. Because the water looks really plain. And it just needs something a little extra. I know I said I was gonna end the episode like 3 things ago. It's just final touches. But what if I put... It's in construction, this log. What if I put a log in here? What do I think of that? I mean, I like it more. I just want more going on in this general area. Oh, I'm way over your coverage. Do they complain about the coverage? Has loads of plants in it. They hate it so much. Okay, I'm thinking maybe just a little bit that this is finally where I give up on sticking with just plants they like and sticking in their coverage range. So I feel like I could make this look better if I just went for it and didn't worry about their coverage once. So I'm thinking I'm just going to. does that look? Oh yeah, that looks neat. I like it. I don't think you can really tell it's flowers from further away, but you can kind of see the difference in color. I think it adds something. You know what, I just had the thought that some of this plant placing will probably be like in a time lapse. Because I really like the way do I like the way that looks? I really like the way Minecraft people edit their stuff. Where like it'll kind of be just a quick, almost like an ASMR-esque vibe. Where it's like just a quick placing of things. Or even a quick mining of things or what have you. Minecraft terms, you know what? And I kind of think that'd be a really fun style to take into like other games. Like Planet Zoo or even like Ark. I think that's kind of a theme I want to play with here in future content. If I put that... Oh, that's kind of fun. Look at the way that it looks on, like, the outside. That's kind of a fun look. Oh, and it could cover up the unsightly edge of this. Yeah, look at that. That also fixes it from the inside. Because now I can get any view, and it's not the absolutely unsightly view that it was. I see everyone adding these stumps and these broken trees all around. And I never get to. Just the animals I'm making habitats for don't like the broken trees. Or at least not the, and I'm almost positive these guys don't either. No, they don't. Something like that, I think. Yeah. Let's throw a patch of this over top of that. Yeah, that looks decent. Oh, that looks neat. I like that. That is pretty neat, I think. If I like get a swooping view. I like it. Oh, I don't have money. I wasn't even paying attention to my money, quite frankly. I think running out of money is probably a sign that this is a good place to stop with this habitat. I like pulled a load. Actually, I just duplicated the rocks, I won't lie. And like pulled them forward and then moved them around so they didn't look exactly the same. I think I am finished with this habitat now. Granted, I don't know if I have much of a choice but to be finished with the habitat. I think I was finished anyway, though. I think I wanted to add maybe like a couple more little rocks here and there, but overall, I think it's done. I'm pretty happy with it. Putting the coverage needs to the side is probably what I'll do for the rest of this zoo, because I definitely enjoyed doing this more, even if it ends up looking way more fucking chaotic than what it probably needed to. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did enjoy watching, don't forget to subscribe to the second channel, because that's where this kind of content is going to go. This was like a one-time thing. I don't think, as far as I plan at least, that I'm going to be putting any more of this kind of content on this channel, on the main channel at least. But I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!